From WQAD News 8, this is Good Morning Quad Cities.
Hey, good morning, Quad Cities. Thanks so much for joining us here on the 8 Plus streaming app. It's Friday the 13th, a little bit spooky this morning. I'm Ava Hedges.
Yes, but still, nonetheless, I am excited.
Yes.
Friday has finally arrived, and I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutzky.
Yeah, and it's going to be a nice weekend of weather, too.
Oh, it's going to be not too bad at all. Now, Saturday will be your weekend's best. That is the one day that I can guarantee we're not going to be having any showers and thunderstorms. And Sunday, it's the day that we could potentially have some shower and thunderstorm activity. Let's see what's going on outside this morning. Traffic-wise, it is quiet as can be. No delays there. There's a live look at our sunrise from Clinton. Looking pretty good here this morning. A couple of clouds overhead. We're also still tracking some showers, and you can see those sitting south of the Interstate 80 corridor from Alpha to Aledo. Those eventually will get in here to the Quad Cities, so a little wet pavement expected soon. And you can see the clouds accompanying those. 64 degrees outside right now. Visibility was actually down a little bit because of some haze from wildfire smoke. And you can tell where the clouds have been because we've got near 70 degrees south with the thicker cloud cover. Meanwhile, lower 60s to the north. There you see the air quality sitting in the moderate category right now, so not the most impactful, but still something we're going to keep an eye on as we go throughout the next couple of days here. Here's the next 8 hours in all their glory. Lots of clouds, a few showers this morning. There is still an opportunity for a stray shower this weekend. We'll track that. Plus new this morning, a weather impact alert now in place for next week, when we're likely going to see severe storms return to the forecast. We'll track that coming up.
All right, thanks, Andrew. Well, Iowa health officials are encouraging families to be proactive about their health as the state has its third confirmed case of measles. Each of these cases have been found within just the last month, and experts say it can take your body anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks to get used to the vaccination, and that those infected are still contagious well before they feel sick. Now, one official is encouraging families to get their vaccinations this summer so kids are immune before the start of the school year.
Your neighbor may have traveled to someplace where measles was circulating last week, and if you're over there having dinner with your neighbor, they may feel fine, but they may call you 4 or 5 days later and say, well, it turns out I have measles and you were exposed.
The biggest symptoms to look out for are fevers, coughs, watery eyes, runny noses, or rashes. If you're experiencing a combination of those, you should call your local health department and doctor. Those infected want to stay away from emergency rooms to avoid spreading measles to families with weakened immune systems. The CDC says that measles is extremely contagious and the disease can linger in the air for 2 hours after an infected person leaves the room. Compared to COVID-19 or the flu, measles is much more contagious. Now, according to Connecticut Children's Hospital, one sick person can infect 12 others. Right now, a woman is in custody after an investigation into suspected human trafficking in Bettendorf. 58-year-old Helen D. was arrested and charged with multiple felonies, including pimping and pandering for prostitution. Police say she operated multiple spa locations within the city, which were being used for prostitution. Police say they also identified multiple people suspected as victims of human trafficking, and they have been offered support services. Today, the investigation continues, and anyone who suspects human trafficking or exploitation should report it immediately. You can report tips anonymously by calling the Iowa Human Trafficking line on your screen there or local law enforcement. Well, this upcoming school year, students at all 3 of Iowa's public universities will pay higher in-state tuition. Under the hike approved by Iowa's Board of Regents, tuition fees for the University of Iowa are going up by 3%. Iowa State tuition is increasing by 0.28%, and the University of Northern Iowa tuition is seeing the smallest increase at just 2.7%. The board says the increase is due to growing financial challenges. And tuition isn't the only thing on the rise. The board approved raises for all 3 university presidents. University of Iowa President Barbara Wilson is getting a $56,000 raise. Iowa State President Wendy Winterstein is getting a pay bump of $25,000. And UNI's President Mark Nook, salaries are going up by nearly $13,000. Well, starting this September, people in Kewaunee will be paying more for their water. The bi-monthly charge will increase from $43 to $53 for the first 500 cubic feet of water used. Then 4% increases will be added each year after 2025. Kewaunee City Council approved the change at Monday night's meeting. The city says the increase is needed to upgrade the city's water system, which exceeds the Illinois EPA limit of chlorides. Today, the city of Moline is continuing to revitalize as they celebrate the end of a park project. Just a few yards away, the Moline-Coal Valley School District has started their own undertaking. News 8's Marshawn Gunn went to Browning Park to tell us about both projects and what the people of Moline should see soon.
The Moline Parks and Recreation Department is holding a ribbon cutting to celebrate the opening of a brand new playground here at Browning Park. The goal of the $400,000 project was to make the park not only newer, but also more accessible. That's why they decided on the rubber ground, allowing anyone with any possible mobility issues to use the equipment. It's a playground that was directly chosen by the community, as Parks and Rec here in Moline held a community vote between two different designs on the department's Facebook page. And that's why Moline is holding the ribbon cutting, to show the community that they're listening.
We still want to show the community that we are improving our park system. You know, the community survey just came back within the last couple of weeks, and Parks and Recreation rated very high, but we still have room to grow.
While it's exciting to see the end of a big project, just a few yards away, the Browning Field is taking on a project of its own. Right now, it looks like a lot of dirt, but the Moline-Coal Valley School District is completely redoing their entire football stadium. Grass will be replaced with turf. An entire new track is going to be laid. For family and spectators, a brand new bathroom and concession stand is being built from the ground up. It's a long time coming for the district, who hadn't had any renovations to the field since it was put in the 1980s. The track did get a few renovations 8 years ago, but since then, the track has fallen out of Illinois high school athletics regulations. For both the district and everyone coming to the district, it finally feels like the right time.
We've had talks about it, and we've done different renderings and different things that are possibilities, but to actually see, you know, the shovel go in the ground and to see actually some things being built is very exciting for the community and our staff.
The Browning Field project is set to be done as soon as August, with concessions and bathrooms soon to follow. But while that's happening, you can still come here to Browning Park for the ribbon cutting event, celebrating the opening of a brand new playground. In Moline, Marshawn Gunn, WQAD News 8.
And that ribbon cutting at Browning Park is set to start at 3 this afternoon, while Browning Field is set to be ready by the start of next football season. And today, we're 6 days out from the federal holiday Juneteenth. It's observed on the 19th day of June in honor of that date in 1865. That's when the Union Army made its way into Galveston, Texas, and announced all of the enslaved black men, women, and children were free. And this weekend, you can check out the free Quad City Juneteenth celebration in Davenport. The annual event will be this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at LeClaire Park. There will be food, retail vendors, live music, entertainment, a history tent, resource booths, and games for the family. The organizers say this event is for the entire community.
Inside the history tent, you'll get the story of Juneteenth. You're also going to understand the history behind quilts, the history behind certain spirituals that are sung, the history of storytelling. We're talking about the 108th Army that was stationed here on the Rock Island Arsenal. So not only do you get an overview of Juneteenth, but you can really see how our community has played a part in history over the years.
And happening tonight, it's the Quad Cities Miss Juneteenth pageant. We have information on both events up at WQAD.com under the As Seen on TV tab. It's 8:08 and still ahead, energizing the community. How Galesburg is opening up a new farm with the goal of bringing sustainable energy to the community.
And some darker clouds on the way into the Quad Cities, some of those yielding some raindrops this morning, when we could see another opportunity for some scattered showers into the weekend. Plus new this morning, a weather impact alert. Severe weather likely to return to our region next week. What day we're tracking next.
From WQAD News 8, this is Good Morning Quad Cities.
We're going to very likely see some heavy rain take place in many of our hometowns.
We're going to continue to track this and fine-tune those threats.
Bracing for impact as storms roll through our area tonight.
Look at the rainfall, the intensity of that.
The storm system producing some very dangerous conditions.
We had 80-mile-per-hour winds.
The wind was so strong. There was debris flying around crazy.
Disaster proclamations are in effect for more than 20 Iowa counties.
Stream extended coverage. Download on your TV and watch for free. Expertise doesn't come simply from classes and manuals and certifications. Expertise requires real-world experience. That's what Crawford Company has delivered to the Quad Cities for over 70 years. Whether you know us for heating and air conditioning, welded fabrication, plumbing, or electrical, our experts bring you peace of mind knowing you've chosen the best. Crawford Company.
Which would you rather sleep on? you have a foundation like that box of toothpicks we just cleaned up in our parking lot? Or does your mattress rest on box springs that give your body the support it needs for a good night's sleep? Call today or visit our stores in Moline and Bettendorf to help us build a custom box spring just for you. Call L&W Bedding for a better night's sleep.
For all these years that we've been working on the 3-degree guarantee, we have raised over $80,000. And I would have to say it's the most successful sponsored partnership, not only here at WQAD, but in the entire market as well. Because we go out of our way to help not only these charities, but the communities involved in these charities. The money that we raise for each and every one of these organizations is a true gift to them.
Pay It Forward.
Thank you.
Shining a spotlight on hardworking people.
There's so many great people out here that want to help and give back that they don't know that there's opportunity to do this.
Determined to make a difference in our community.
I always thought about a way I could bring good back into the community.
Help us keep the Pay It Forward movement going. Nominate somebody on the contest deals page of WQAD.com. We might just give you $300 to give to them.
You're going to make me cry.
News 8's Pay It Forward. Brought to you by Essentra Credit Union.
Good Morning Quad Cities keeps you prepared for whatever the day brings.
Now's the time to start planning ahead.
Stay ahead of the storm with Weather Impact Alert Days.
A couple of thunderstorms tomorrow.
Working overnight to get you the latest breaking news.
Today, crews are starting construction on a portion of I-80.
Start with a team you trust.
Do you think the greater concern is the higher prices on certain goods these tariffs might bring?
On Good Morning Quad Cities. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. and streaming on WQAD 8+.
Well, we are just 17 days away from the John Deere Classic, and WQAD is proud to be the official station of the annual golf tournament. Now, between now and the Classic, we're going to be taking you around TPC Deere Run and see what the pros have to play and tell you how each hole got its name. Former JDC Tournament Director Claire Peterson shows us the par 5 second hole, Colonel Davenport.
Hole number 2, Colonel Davenport. Colonel Davenport, what an amazing part of Quad City history. One of the 4 Quad Cities. Davenport is named after him, and he was murdered by the banditti of the prairie, some outlaws who came into town. Unfortunately, he was their victim, and there was a search, and they finally found the banditti of the prairie in the farmhouse where the foundation still exists behind the second green. And once they were found, everything changed for them, and unfortunately everything changed for Colonel Davenport too, but we wanted to make sure that he was recognized and that part of Quad City history was retold on this hole.
And how about our golf forecast for this weekend, Andrew?
Well, it's not looking too bad, though Sunday, Storm Track 8 app, I would have that ready to go just in case.
I'm sure plenty of dads are going to want to golf on Sunday as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, make sure you have the app ready to go. And also, speaking of the app, I think it's going to get a little bit of a workout as we go into next week. We've got a weather impact alert to talk about. That's new this morning, and we'll get to that coming up in just a moment. But I want to stress lots and lots of dry hours this weekend. Lots and lots to take advantage of. We're dry so far this morning, at least here in the Metro Quad Cities, but that's about to change. We've been tracking some showers moving through the region. We'll get to live radar here after we give you a live look at what our Friday morning has in store so far. A lot of haze in our skies still, and now the clouds are starting to move in. And yes, within these clouds, some raindrops are falling. Not here in the metro yet, but moments away from seeing that. Temperatures in the mid-60s right now with an east wind. A lot of haze still in place here too. There's 60s throughout the whole region, but where the thicker cloud cover has existed this morning, we're seeing those temperatures near 70 already. So live Doppler radar tracking the rain now in Viola, getting ready to move through Aledo. This batch will eventually make it here into the metro. It's taking its sweet time in doing so. There's nothing really to the east of that. Galesburg drying out along with Roseville and Burlington. But there you see some of this heading into Muscatine eventually too. I think though once it crosses the Interstate 80 corridor, it's going to run into some drier air, and it's going to have a harder time maintaining its current intensity. You can see how that dry air has already kind of worked its way into that rain shield to the south of us, breaking that up. So that's why I think we're going to see the same thing happen with this area of rain to the north. So that's going to mean a lot more clouds this afternoon, and temperatures held back into the low 80s today, and it's still going to be humid. Now later tonight, once we get rid of all of this rain, we are going to see skies clear out. That's going to be the plan. And then that leads us into a really quiet start to the weekend tomorrow. I don't think we have any opportunity for rain or thunderstorms throughout all of Saturday. We get to Saturday night, though, and this is what we're going to be tracking, this decaying complex of showers and thunderstorms. It's likely not going to make it here, but a boundary with that rain-cooled air likely will, and that's going to mean the opportunity to see some rain Sunday morning, especially if you're north of Interstate 80. Now, depending on what the boundary from this activity does, if it can make its way south of Interstate 80 for the afternoon, that will be the prime zone for a pop-up shower thunderstorm there, while the rest of us are dry. So what we're saying is the theme for Sunday, lots of dry hours, but we got to keep that Storm Track 8 app handy for the possibility of a pop-up shower thunderstorm as we go into Sunday evening. Next week, it's still active. There's going to be a daily chance of showers and storms until we hit Wednesday. This is the day when I think we have a better opportunity at seeing some severe weather return. There's a weather impact alert in place for Wednesday. Right now, it's so far into the future that we don't know the exact details on the timing or the threats, but the Storm Prediction Center certainly is seeing something there brewing for Wednesday. They have placed us in this 2 out of 5 risk. So we'll continue to fine-tune that over the weekend. Come right back here Monday morning. We should really get the details on what's going to be happening with that storm system. Ava?
All right, thanks, Andrew. Well, today Galesburg cut the ribbon and officially powered up a community solar farm. The solar field covers former farmland on the east edge of town, and developers say it will generate enough electricity for about 600 homes and residents who subscribe to their Ameren bills. That'll be cut by roughly 15%. It's the first Community Drive Community Solar Project, or CDCS, to be completed as part of the Illinois Shines program, and now new property tax dollars will also be flowing to Knox County.
This project is going to deliver those benefits, for 30 or 40 years. That is how we think about these types of projects, and we are working both with Nexamp, but really across the state to deliver more of these types of projects to communities.
Residents can sign up online through Nexamp's Community Solar Program on their website. Still ahead, going off the cuff, we introduce you to our score standout and what this honor means to him.
Good Morning Quad Cities keeps you prepared for whatever the day brings.
Now's the time to start planning ahead.
Stay ahead of the storm with Weather Impact Alert Days.
A couple of thunderstorms tomorrow.
Working overnight to get you the latest breaking news.
Today, crews are starting construction on a portion of I-80.
Start with a team you trust.
Do you think the greater concern is the higher prices on certain goods these tariffs might bring?
On Good Morning Quad Cities. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. and streaming on WQAD 8+.
When you need electrical work, count on Crawford Company. The Autolite electricians at Crawford Company have been serving the area since 1967. We can help you with installation, repairs, wiring, lighting, and low-voltage electrical like Ethernet cables. Plus, if you have more than just electrical needs, Crawford can be your one-stop contractor. For heating, air conditioning, plumbing, drain cleaning, and electrical, count on Crawford Company.
Do you want to see kitchen and bath remodel stories that are local to the Quad Cities? Then watch the Village Home Show.
Tune in Sundays at 10:30 a.m. for the Village Home Show, right here on WQAD News 8. Pay It Forward.
Thank you.
Shining a spotlight on hardworking people. Help us keep the Pay It Forward movement going. We might just give you $300 to give to them.
You're going to make me cry.
News 8's Pay It Forward, brought to you by Essentra Credit Union.
I travel quite a bit, and I love getting home and getting into my L&W mattress. It's a solid latex foam core, and so it doesn't create any hot spots or dead spots where the blood flow is cut off. During the day, I don't feel fatigue, I don't feel sore, and so really it's about quality of life. So I recommend L&W bedding to people so that they can get the proper sleep that they need.
L&W Bedding, Moline and Bettendorf.
We're going to very likely see some heavy rain take place in many of our hometowns.
We're going to continue to track this and fine-tune those threats.
Bracing for impact as storms roll through our area tonight.
Look at the rainfall, the intensity of that.
The storm system producing some very dangerous conditions.
We had 80-mile-per-hour winds.
The wind was so strong. There was debris flying around crazy.
Disaster proclamations are in effect for more than 20 Iowa counties.
stream extended coverage. Download on your TV and watch for free. The WQAD8 Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time.
What is Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds' proposal?
Track how the weather will impact your day.
Weather Impact Alert is in place.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
There are a couple hundred people here.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. WQAD8 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Time to go off the cuff with this week's Midwest Technical Institute Score Standout winner. It is Daniel Kelly, a graduate now of Sterling Newman High School. And Daniel, what's it mean to you to be a Score Standout winner?
It's amazing. I want to thank friends, everyone who voted, my coaches, and my family.
So obviously you're going to leave Newman High School. You're heading off to Iowa State. So what's one thing that you're going to miss about Newman High School?
One thing I'm going to miss is the sports, relationships I built with coaches. Not getting to see my friends every day, and also my mom works at the school, so not getting to see her every day and going into her office to bug her, so gonna miss that.
Did you do that often?
Yeah.
Get you out of class?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so if you could vacation anywhere, since we're in the summer, where would you like to go on vacation?
I'd like to go to Florida, Daytona area. We got some family down there, and every time we go there, it's always fun. We hang out with them, go to the beach, and just kind of travel all over, go to restaurants and different things like that.
So you mentioned restaurants there. If you could have dinner with one person and take them anywhere, who would you like to have dinner with? Where would you like to take them?
I'd say Jesus. You know, he's pretty famous.
Yeah.
Get to know him, but I'd take him to a Brazilian steakhouse. Doesn't matter which one, but yeah.
Okay. If you could have any superpower, what superpower would you like to have, and how would you use it?
I would like to fly because I could go places super fast. Wouldn't have to worry about traffic when I'm driving, and it'd also be really cool to fly.
Sure. Do you have any hobbies?
I do. I like to golf, fish, play sports, and lift.
Okay. So your best round of golf?
I don't think I should answer that one. It's pretty bad.
Okay, then how about the biggest fish you've caught?
I've caught a 10-pound northern pike out of the river. And my biggest bass is about 4 pounds. So.
Perfect. Daniel,
yep.
Thanks for going off the cuff.
Thank you.
Time right now is coming up on 8:23. Let's get a live look at the Friday morning commute, which is likely coming to an end pretty shortly here. But it's been a quiet one and a dry one, at least for us here in the Metro Quad Cities. It's areas just south of us that have some rain starting to work its way up from the north. Temperatures, there you see that we have temperatures in the 60s at this hour. It's the thick cloud cover moving in. That's the rain that I was just mentioning. I'll take you to one more look here at Doppler radar. We'll track that, and a weather impact alert now in place for next week. That's when GMQC at 8 comes right back.
Good Morning Quad Cities keeps you prepared for whatever the day brings.
Now's the time to start planning ahead.
Stay ahead of the storm with Weather Impact Alert Days.
A couple of thunderstorms tomorrow.
Working overnight to get you the latest breaking news.
Today, crews are starting construction on a portion of I-80.
Start with a team you trust.
Do you think the greater concern is the higher prices on certain goods these tariffs might bring?
On Good Morning Quad Cities. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. and streaming on WQAD 8+.
Do you want to see kitchen and bath remodel stories that are local to the Quad Cities? Then watch The Village Home Show.
Tune in Sundays at 10:30 a.m. for The Village Home Show, right here on WQAD News 8. Pay It Forward.
Thank you.
Shining a spotlight on hardworking people.
There's so many great people out here that want to help and give back that they don't know that there's opportunity to do this.
Determined to make a difference in our community.
I always thought about a way I could bring good back into the community.
Help us keep the Pay It Forward movement going. Nominate somebody on the contest deals page of WQAD.com. We might just give you $300 to give to them.
You're going to make me cry.
News 8's Pay It Forward, brought to you by Essentra Credit Union.
For all these years that we've been working on the 3-degree guarantee, we have raised over $80,000. The money that we raise for each and every one of these organizations is a true gift to them.
Coming up on the 8+ streaming app right after Good Morning Quad Cities at 8 is GMA Life. Now following that will be a re-air of Ask Andrew. Mom Squad is at 9:30, and at 10 is Locked on NBA. Our next newscast will be at 11, and still ahead on Good Morning Quad Cities at 11, headlines from the animal kingdom, a viral video of an elephant seal and how the woman who caught it on camera said it changed her life. Plus, looking at Iowa cancer rates and one initiative that's working to reduce the number of patients.
Let's go right back to Doppler radar this morning as we continue to track in those scattered showers moving in from the south. Areas like Galesburg, Monmouth, even Burlington got wet this morning. This is still trending northward. I don't think it's going to be nearly as heavy once it gets here into the metro. You see that intensity is kind of decreasing as we go through time here, but still also looks like we've got that area of rain that's going to continue to move to the north through Muscatine here as well. Mount Pleasant, you're starting to dry out. And I think as we go into the afternoon, more of us will be drying out as well. But the reason for that is if you look what's going on here to the south, we had this full area of rain right here earlier. Now it's kind of decreased in intensity. We're seeing some drier air trying to work its way into this thing. And as it moves to the north, it will likely continue to decrease in coverage and become more scattered in nature. So let's go through future track here for today. This will continue to show that rain lifting its way through the north. And once it gets here, it just kind of breaks apart. And we'll actually break apart some clouds this afternoon too. I'm going to go mostly cloudy, but there will be some periods of partly cloudy skies, and highs today will be limited to the low 80s. We get to tonight, a lot of clearing will start to take place here. We'll go mostly clear with overnight lows on the low 60s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies throughout much of the day. There will be some haze with that too, and a little humidity. Highs tomorrow will be in the low to mid 80s. We get to tomorrow night. This is kind of our wild card that's going to be coming into play here. This complex of thunderstorms that will decay as it works its way in here late Saturday night into early Sunday. What that will do is send a boundary into our region that could act as a focusing mechanism for more shower activity early on Sunday. And then what happens with this will determine what happens with this heading into the afternoon. Yeah, more scattered showers and storms. Not everyone is going to see these. I still want to stress that Sunday for Father's Day, there will be a lot of dry hours, but keeping that Storm Track 8 app handy and on your person this weekend, probably not a bad idea, so you can navigate all of that. I'm going to talk about some air quality and a couple other things, but first I want to tell you about this. The red box for Wednesday, a weather impact alert. You notice we still have multiple opportunities for showers and thunderstorms as we go into next week. Every single day, Monday, Tuesday, but Wednesday looks like it's going to be the more potent day as an area of low pressure moves along a boundary, and that could potentially bring in some much stronger activity. As of this morning, the Storm Prediction Center still has a 2 out of 5 risk. This was brand new as of this morning, and there you see it. It does cover the entire Quad Cities region, so we're going to keep a close eye on that. We have plenty of time to track this thing. I want to remind you of the severe storm timeline here. Today is our initial heads up when we issued our weather impact alert. By Monday, when you come right back here, we're going to know about the timing. We're going to know if it's an afternoon or evening event. And we're also going to know by Tuesday, what's the biggest threat with these storms going to be? Is it going to be wind? Is it going to be hail? Is it going to be tornadoes? That's the day we find out all of that information. So stick with us. Lots of time to track that. And of course, we'll look at it as we go into the upcoming weekend. After that, well, temperatures will start heading up again. We'll be in the 90s by the following weekend, and more showers and thunderstorms will come to visit us as well. Certainly looking like a busy middle part of the month of June.
Oh, totally busy. It already started today when you threw that red box up on there.
Yeah.
Must be something in the air today. It is Friday the 13th.
It's something, that's for sure.
So in addition to all of that, you're going to want to avoid ladders. Be careful if you see a black cat. No umbrellas inside. There was something else that you mentioned
Mirrors?
this morning. Oh yeah, you're not
Broken
going to want to
mirrors?
break any mirrors.
Yeah, don't do that.
There's a lot of stuff you're going to want to look out for on this Friday the 13th.
Lots of love about yourself. Don't break any mirror, no matter what it looks
Of course, I know. My mirror breaks every time I look at it without makeup.
Mine too, and I never wear any, so it's every day.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Good Morning Quad Cities at 8. We hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you back here at 11 a.m. Have a great day.